I thank you everybody for coming, joining me, and cooking with Chef Brandon. This is my segment called Taste and Talk. Today we will be doing a Thai/Caribbean fusion. So we will be doing different tasting menus, and while I cook and prepare, I have several business professionals here that will have conversations, and maybe you might take advice, notes, or anything from it to help you out down the road. And the theme today is following your dream and doing what you like and building yourself. Lavender smoky old fashioned.
So what type of seeds are those?
So I have different ones. I have ones for seafood. So we make a seafood, it's like a mesquite or apple, and then you have like a hickory. So this is like a hickory apple wood that you make, and you smoke it, and it's all in the box. And for me, starting my business was taking that leap of faith. My purpose in life was cooking. So for me, it took. I honestly, they'll say, God was like, look, I'm gonna need to grab you right now. And when I couldn't think, I was like, okay, I need this moment alone. And I was like, just have faith. And there's always something, have faith. I started my business with meal prep and catering, onto private chef. Now I have my private chef business, and now I'm doing tasting parties. And for me, if I'm gonna be stressed out, I'd rather be in my stress as long as I'm happy doing what I do. So when I start working at 9 o'clock and I look up and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I realize I've done so much, but I've enjoyed every moment, so I don't regret. It's like going to the gym, working out. It's like, no, you don't want to work out, but you want to work out because you know what the results are.
I know how you wavered, but we've always thought of you as a chef. Like when we were Brandon was always cooking. If there was a cooking thing, we're like, Brandon's cooking. Like, he got volunteered for everything. So this is such a cool progression to see all of the steps that you've taken. So congratulations.
Yeah.
This is super dope.
The way I saw it was, am I ready for this? And this was you. When I was 18. He's like, I want to be manager, blah, blah, blah. And you like, oh, it's great. Are you ready for it? And I'd ask myself, am I ready for it? And only way I found out is like you put in positions like, okay, cool, let me handle this. So for me, I had to test myself in order to move up to where I am now. Because I look at pictures that I cooked 3 years ago to now are completely different. This is a Thai curry coconut shrimp soup. Oh my goodness, sir.
Oh gosh.
Sir. Oh wow.
This soup is amazing, Brandon.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to shit. Now I gotta go shit, make sure that the rest of the food is good. Like, it's like the guy who had to speak after Dr. King. Like, how do I top that? Like,
get up there and say, you heard what he said.
Hey, whatever he said, I'ma just ditto him. Like,
How did I start? Needs. I had a baby. I was home with the baby. I had not been working outside of the home. And it was, what am I going to do? And so I had my real estate license, and it had just been sitting inactive. And I just thought I would never go into real estate because I wasn't a salesperson in my mind. And I didn't like asking people for anything. But honey, need more will make you do more. So I got that license activated, and I asked everybody, do you want a house? Do you know anybody that wants to buy a house? But I did realize along the way that, and know for sure now, that it's my ministry. And I love what I do. Of course, it has its challenges, but it was no mistake. God makes no mistakes. And of course, he knew before I knew that it would be something that I would walk into and have a burning passion for, and that is to help people. And in this arena, I think about my development, where I started and where I am now. And of course, for sure, it's nothing but God. but I just know that I'm walking in my passion and in my purpose.
I currently run a multimedia marketing consulting firm where my idea of a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs, brands, and personal endeavors, right? With me being in telecommunications, but in corporate America in general, one of the biggest components that I saw that we needed help with, and everybody took for granted, was marketing. Anytime you go to a job interview, anytime that you meet a new person, you're marketing yourself. If you have a new home that you're going to sell, you have to market that home. And marketing is not just putting up a picture and saying, hey, this is fly, come look at it, come pay me for it, let's roll. It doesn't necessarily work that way. But with me knowing that, and with that being a major issue, especially with us being in retail, and understanding that, our traffic flow is not determined upon the service that we provide in the store. It's determined upon the marketing that you provide to people, and let them know that we're here. So if you're not doing that in a sufficient fashion, then of course, we're going to get the buck end of that because nobody knows we're here. So I've always had a passion for photography, videography ever since college. Kind of my mindset when it comes to how I view life is in a frame. So I started Global Renaissance Group about 6 months after my mom passed. So that was kind of like the kick in the butt, the jolt that I needed. For you it was necessity. For me it was sink or swim, because I knew my life it was quantitative at that point. I saw death right in front of me, so I knew for sure I wasn't, that's kind of the reality check. Like, you're not gonna live forever, so are you doing what you want to do? Are you doing what you're passionate about? Are you doing what you see yourself or had seen yourself doing? And the answer was no. I'm putting up with people's BS every day. I'm making money for a CEO who could give a damn if I had a heart attack here in the store. They'll replace me and move on, right? It kind of got to the point where I'm like, look, I'm going to step out on my own, and I'm going to do that. But for years, I was telling God, hey, I'm ready to do my Global Renaissance Group. I'm ready to get it off. I'm ready to do this and the third. And the end of the game, it kind of reverts back to the old saying. I wasn't waiting on God; He was waiting on me. So, no less than I left AT&T on a Thursday during lunch.
In the middle of the day.
Was it a good day or a bad day?
It was a great day.
Okay, so this is the thing.
Okay.
Because she was reading a book at the time, and we were reading a bunch of books at the time. It was Chasing Cupcakes, it was How Wine for Happiness, and I think it was Grit. And that was something that she was steadily putting into my spirit. Put on a good day. Okay. So I was the #1 rep in the entire region. I had grossed the highest amount of revenue as in the first year of that job role that I was in.
And got a promotion.
And I got tired of it.
Just had a brand new lease on a townhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I never forget. I was just sitting there minding my own business, taking phone calls.
But it was a good day. It was a great day. But I left. I let her know. And she was like, you don't seem like it bothers you. I'm like, it doesn't. She's like, why not? I said, I finally understand why God is the peace that surpasses. I don't understand it because I'm in peace right now and I don't even know why.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
But was I afraid? No, not really, because I know my talent. I was only worried about the physical sales component of it, which was getting more people. But, and it's funny, because as soon as I had that worry pop up in my head, somebody hit me up for a $500 gig. That week, then it came to a point where I had to jump into my craft. I had to actually jump in and do. I had bought a camera. That's not my first camera. It was a Nikon D something another. But I had an artist that I was representing and managing and doing all my in-house stuff for. We got on World Star. We got over 1 million views on Twitter. We got all this stuff just by naturally and organically being true to what marketing and what that looked like. And it grew into something that I didn't see. But the whole time I was practicing for doing what I'm doing now, was ultimately being a one-stop shop for all your brands, entrepreneurs, and businesses to get everything you need in house. If it's a media kit you need, if it's photography, if it's a setup, if it's a commercial, whatever the case may be, if it's behind the scenes, that we're all in-house to be able to do that and optimize your business from a growth platform. So everybody wants to have a business, everybody wants to grow, but they don't necessarily know how to do that. Making your business more search engine optimized. Make sure you have a valid website, a landing spot for people to go. Make sure that your Instagram is on point. And I've been able to grow not only some businesses, but personal brands as well.
I can't deal with it.
So I'll say for me, I haven't started my own business yet, but I am leaning more to follow my passion. So with that, me and Brandon talk all the time. That's my guy. If any of y'all ever been around, you hear my boy. That's us. Every time we answer the phone. But just seeing Brandon go through the whole process, having the conversations, seeing the moment of, you know, should I do this? Having the doubt, should I step out? And being encouraging to him, like, go ahead, bro, do it. Like, that's what you want to do. But reflecting on myself and saying, you know what? It's time for me to start taking my own advice, right? And really just last couple of years has kind of really opened my eyes for me to basically stop existing and start living, right? That's my biggest thing. In 2020, I lost my father to COVID. Last year, I lost my job. Well, they been there for 10 years, and that was different. They're talking about being uncomfortable. I just figured I was gonna be with them forever. You know, I was good at what I did, and I just knew what to do. You know, you see, I moved to 3 different states with them, so I figured I wasn't going anywhere. So I was like, hey, I'm in there. But yeah, so like I had that happen, and the crazy story, how it just really propelled me to go forward. November the 14th, I closed on my house. November the 17th, I got a phone call. I won't have a job December 1st. Yeah, I was like, wow.
That's how God does you, like when He makes you depend on Him.
Say it again.
Go ahead.
And no, I'm glad you said it, because honestly, like when I say all the time, God has a sense of humor. I had been praying, like, God, you know, I know my worth, I know what I bring to this company, but I can't seem to make that next step to move to the next level. And I just kept praying for the increase, help me to get to the next level, help me get to the next level. But I didn't understand my next level was not with them. And so December 1st come, don't have a job. And then in January is when I really took my first blow, as in for me mentally, you know, and I know just kind of dealing with my church and the men's group that we've been dealing with a lot of being vulnerable and being aware of your mental health and your mental status, but being open to talk about it. And I didn't see it at the time that God was helping me to be prepared for what was about to happen in January. And I suddenly lost my little brother, had a blood clot. So I had my very first panic attack at his funeral. I didn't know what was going on. Thought I was having a heart attack. I'm just like, yo. And just between that and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, not having a job, just dealing with anxiety and depression, but getting help for it and praying and figuring it out. But my biggest thing is, one thing I learned in men's group was anything that we were praying about, be intentional about it, right? Be specific, but be intentional about what you're praying. So in my whole prayer, I prayed that, you know, of course, for finding a job and how I wanted specific on the job. But my other thing was when I wanted to be able to hear him when he spoke to me and follow what he told me. So I was praying one day, I think this was back in April, May. I was praying and I heard him say, your gift is for men. And I was like, my gift is for men. And I didn't understand it at first. Shortly thereafter, I just started getting different brothers that I know just calling me with different issues. Just kept calling me. And I'm like, my wife was like, every time I look up, you're out on the phone. I'm like, who are you talking to? And I just explained it to him, like, so-and-so called me with this person called me with that, this person called me with that. And so I didn't think nothing of it. We're going through different classes at church, and they started doing a leadership training. And so it was basically starting your own small group. I I was like, okay. Thought about it, and then I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep it pushing. So slowly thereafter, June, I'm still praying. I get 3 job offers in the span of 2 weeks now. I get 3 job offers, but I'm sorry, I get 4 interviews and 3 job offers. And it was basically everything that I asked for. So I got to pick where I wanted to go.
Wow.
So then I'm like, okay, I hear you guys, I appreciate you, everything I said. But I'm still got guys calling me, right? My very first week on the job, I get a phone call. So, you know, first week you trying to make sure you doing everything you on top. I'm sitting in my office, see phone ringing. I'm just like, all right, I'm just call you back. But I know it was God because he spoke to me and said, answer. Because I was getting ready to send him to the box. See the phone. So I answered the call, talked to this brother for maybe an hour and 20 minutes. Now, like, mind you, this is my first week. So I'm like, I'm looking around the corner like, hey, anybody coming? Keep talking. And right at the end of the phone call, he said, man, I appreciate you answering the phone. He said, I was sitting here, I was getting ready to kill myself. And something told me to call you. And that right there, I was like, you know what? I understand what he said to me. And so going through that, I still, and that's how we do, I still didn't take my leadership classes. So we ride to a birthday party one Saturday. And my wife just out the blue said, hey, you gonna take leadership classes? Nah, I'm good, still trying to push it off. And instantly I heard, yes you will. And I heard, just as clear as that, I heard, yes you will. And no sooner than I said it, I heard grilling and growing. And I said grilling and growing. And so from there, I've started my men's group. We actually had our first meeting yesterday. And it's basically, we talk about men coming together. It's a safe space for us to talk. And we basically focus on grilling, learning grill tips, talking about that, but basically having a safe space that they can talk and we can grow together. But
that is so
I love it. I do.
That is the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Appreciate it.
One thing about God though, when you don't listen, he'll make you listen.
Oh man, what?
If you don't want to sit down, he will sit you down.
Yes, sir.
So, hope you enjoy, and don't forget to click the like button and subscribe, and hit that bell for notification, and stay tuned for more.